Hello, I'm Mike Dell from Blueberry Podcasting, and today I'm going to show you the Destinations tab in PowerPress settings. What that does is generate the links to all the directories that your podcast has been submitted to and accepted by. And you'll notice here right on the front page under the player, right now it says Android, email, Google Podcasts, RSS, and more. Okay. Those are the kind of the automatic ones. You get an RSS feed as soon as you publish your first episode. Google Podcast is automatically submitted to via search. Might take a month or two before it actually works, but that link is automatic. Email is something you can turn on or off in the website tab. See the other video. And Android is automatic. But otherwise, all the rest of them you have to submit to. And the way you do that is in the Destinations tab. So we're going to go to the back end. And we're going to go to PowerPress and Settings. And then we're going to go down to the Destinations tab. And we're going to submit this puppy to Apple first. Of course, Apple's the biggest, baddest one, so we want to get it in there. So submit podcast to Apple. And it's going to take you to this page. And if you've done all the other settings in PowerPress and have your first episode, you're all set. Now, if this doesn't show up, then you're not logged into Blueberry. But otherwise, copy that just to make sure that you have it in case you need it. Then go down here to where it says sign in to iTunes Podcasts Connect. So you click that, and that'll bring you to the login screen here at Apple. And it's your Apple ID. So you log into that. Let me make sure I have that right. I don't know if my automatic password thing is working. So we're going to click there. And it will bring you to a page that looks something like this, coming up soon if everything went right. Now, this is automatic if you're logged into Blueberry. If you're not logged into Blueberry, it's just going to have this URL box in which you would paste your RSS feed that I had you copy there. And you're going to look at this. You see prepared for submission. You're also going to see the podcast artwork that you uploaded. You're going to see the name of the podcast. You're going to see the type, episodic. You always want it to be episodic. Don't mess with serial unless you absolutely know that that's what you need. Episodic is the default. Leave it there. Category. I have this in the education, how-to category, which also puts me in the main education one. Language is English. The media is audio. The explicit is set to no. There's my description. It has some weird formatting stuff in there. Don't worry about that. It's not going to show that way at the directory. The copyright I put in there is right there, and the link back to my website. Everything looks the way you want it. Scroll down a little bit, and you'll see the episodes that you have published and all that. And if everything looks the way you want, hit submit. That will submit this to the Apple directory, and they will send you an email back saying your podcast is being considered for the Apple directory or under review, I guess is what they might say. And then a little while later, between 1 and 5 business days, and no, there's no rhyme or reason why it might be one time and 5 the next, but sometime in that 1 to 5 days, you'll get an email back saying that your podcast is now in the Apple directory. And it'll have a link, and that link will look something like this. And it's just going to have an ID number at the end. It's going to say something about apple.com over here, and it's going to have the name of your podcast. Now, this isn't the Underwater Basket Weaving one because I didn't actually submit it. But anyway, you put that link in this subscription URL box in the Destinations tab. And then you're going to come down here, and you're going to hit Save Changes. And when you do that, you're going to come back and look at your post, and you're going to notice now there's an Apple Podcast link. So the way that works is whatever you put in these Destinations tabs right here is like Blueberry. You're going to be in the Blueberry directory. I'll show you how to do that in another video, but don't worry about that. If you're hosting with Blueberry, you're already in the directory. If not, go to the directory and submit your podcast. Same thing with Stitcher. So if you are in Stitcher or you submit to Stitcher, you can click here and follow the instructions. Same thing with TuneIn, same thing with Spotify, same thing with iHeart, same thing with Deezer, and same thing with Pandora. Okay? And nothing happens when you mess with the Blueberry one. That's just a handy place to put it. Okay? So don't worry about it. It doesn't cause a link to show up anywhere on your site, but you can throw it in there just just so you have it there. Stitcher, you're going to go to Stitcher.com. You're going to search for your podcast. Once they say you're in there, you're going to copy that link out of your address bar. That's up here. So you copy the link once you're at Stitcher on your listing, and you're going to paste that into the Stitcher box. TuneIn, you're going to go to tunein.com once they've said that you're in there, and you're going to copy the link out of the address bar once you get to your listing over there and paste that in there. Same thing, Spotify, you're going to do that at blueberry.com. So you're going to go to blueberry.com, you click Get on Spotify in the dashboard. That's only if you're hosting with us. If you're not hosting with us, you need to go to Spotify or podcasters.spotify.com, and you can submit it there if you're not already, if you're not hosting with Blueberry. But you'll get a Spotify link in either place once you've been accepted, and it'll look a lot like that. iHeartRadio, same thing. Go to iHeartRadio, find your podcast in iHeartRadio, and you want to paste in the link for iHeart in there, and I don't have an iHeart link, so I'm just going to throw a TuneIn link. Just ignore that it's a TuneIn link. That'll be an iHeart link. Same with Deezer, and same with Pandora. Okay, so I put something in there, but make sure that's the right thing. Okay, and once you have have those things in there, as you add them, you save your changes, and you'll go back to your website. In the front end, you look at an episode, and you'll see Apple Podcasts, Android, email, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, Spotify, RSS, and more. Notice it doesn't have Deezer, iHeartRadio, Pandora in there because we don't have enough room for all those. But if you look on the sidebar, if you're using the widget, all those are in the sidebar. Also, if you're using the subscribe page, you click this more link, and it's going to be in the subscribe page. They do not show under the player because we just don't have the real estate to put all of those links under your player. So that's how you operate the destinations tab. So if you have if you're on a directory and you don't see the link, come back here and make sure that you have the link to that directory listing for your show in the Destinations tab. Have a great day.